everyone, and welcome to Metaphysical Happy Hour. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Cassie, and Michelle.
Hi, I am Michelle Henderson, the other host of the show. And go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to introduce Alysha. Yeah, I mean, special guest all the way around. I am so excited that she is here and is joining us. Oh, wait, we can't hear you. Okay. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We'll get it all worked out.
You'll get it all worked out for sure.
Yeah, no sound.
Nope, not yet.
Not yet anyway.
You guys.
Oh, wait, it's getting better.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to do something. It keeps kicking me. It's kicking my...
Well, in the meantime, everybody let us know that you are here as you're joining us. And we'll get, Alysha we'll get her volume all worked out and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and Cassie, why don't you go ahead and let's go ahead and introduce her and kind of tell some information about her.
Sure, absolutely. So Alysha has her own podcast, and it's called My+irony. And she talks about, so her business really is about, Myronies, which is her word for synchronicities. I actually have it's Myrony is the crazy coincidence that happen in life that you can't explain. And so that is her business. That's what she's all about. And so we are just super psyched to have her here and let her be able to chat with us about discovering Myronies and in your life, and also just working on your own inner superpower as well.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yay.
Hey, we have somebody that's saying hello from our audience. Yeah, it's good to see you. All right, guys, before we get really into the serious business, let's go ahead and talk about what we're drinking tonight.
Yes.
Okay, y'all go first, and then I'll explain mine.
So I am drinking my very trusty, it is Velvet Moon from Trader Joe's. It's like the best $5 wine you'll ever get, and it's very trusty. I love it. So that's it's my go-to for sure.
I am drinking A to Z Rosé. See, A to Z, the company, it's an Oregon Rosé, and it's got a really pretty bottle.
It really does. You're going to have to put a little candle in it because it is
yes,
beautiful.
Exactly.
At the very end. Okay. So I told Alysha this. I had to do this. Okay. So what I'm drinking tonight is I'm actually drinking something from Sonic. I met my husband. We were talking about the topic, coincidences or not tonight, right? And so my husband and I met in high school, when you go back and forth and you cruise the road in Denton on university, and Sonic was one of the turnaround. And so after that, we saw each other everywhere in Denton, and neither one of us lived in Denton. So, hey, I thought, I might as well drink to that for meeting my wonderful husband after 32 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. That's so awesome. I just love that. Truthfully, Myrony, everyone experiences this. It's just another modern word for synchronicity, but it's also got its own meaning because it's synchronicity in motion. You can see the sign or you can see that action, but then you see the sign or you see the synchronicity, but then there's an action you can take. And that's what's the power. And that's why I say discover Myrony and your inner superpower is recognizing that external sign and then trusting your internal intuition and then acting on it. So I love that, Michelle. I love the fact of that's so awesome. Like I said, you got to be on the podcast.
Yeah, at first I thought, okay, I have someone following me, a stalker. But no, yeah, it was really, and what, I'll tell you another thing, that his best friend that was with him married my best friend that was with me. And we met in the same evening.
Oh my God.
And they live in Dentonstone. And they had 3 kids and we had 3 kids. So, yeah.
That's a lot of irony.
You cannot make that up. Now,
I would actually say that's divine irony.
Yeah.
You know, like,
absolutely. So, Alysha, can you tell us, how did you create this? I know, because, everybody has the creative mind, but to put it into, the universe and get it going, and for all of us to learn about it, what made you come up with this?
I feel like I'm a messenger of this word. It all started, if anybody wants to hear my story, my quick story is my first episode of my podcast, That's Myrony, where it's Discover Myrony and Your Inner Superpower. And then I have my super spiritual story that if anybody wants to hear about it, it just came out on the podcast Sense of Soul. And that really dives deep on the spiritual side of where this word came from. But how it all came about was when my father was literally, he became terminally ill very quickly. And I was engaged and married in 6 days. And he passed away 1 week to the time that I got married. But the irony is I was actually born, engaged, and married in the same hospital. How does that happen?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Nice. See, there's another story.
Is there a story? If people look at my logo, I have what I call Winky. And Winky I represent as God is love with an awesome sense of humor. So my last name is literally pronounced Myronic. So everyone has these Myronic experiences, just not the way I spell it. That's Myrony.
I think that is totally awesome, because I think not a lot of people, when they get an idea, they don't go anywhere with it.
Well, I'll be honest, I did not know the word until years later. So my life really fell apart after this, and I don't want to necessarily go into that, but my journey is, I will say, it was all through my pain of like going through the absolute ugly of ugly that allowed me to get to the other side of true beauty and seeing how really incredible life is. And my mission in this world is to show people who feel lost in whatever way it is and give them that blueprint on how to get through it as fast as possible, because we do not need to take a long time of suffering. I happen to do that suffering, and now I want to streamline it for everyone else. So how I actually came up with the word was when I used to sell Jaguars and Land Rovers. Yeah. How did I get into the car business? Myrony. And people would say, how do you say your last name? And I say, it's like ironic with an M. And then I just started adding, there's a lot of Myrony in my life, and people would laugh. And then I recognized, I will never forget, I don't know what day it was, but I'll never forget when it hit me. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is a universal word for everyone, where it's my irony. Myrony. Take out the I, though, because it's not about I, it's about we, and it's something so much greater. So that's how it was kind of born.
All right, let's raise our glass. Awesome.
Cheers.
I love it. And I'm looking at everybody. Annette, okay, I have to bring up some of this. She's vodka smash. So I just have to see whoever is out there. Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to see, because Annette's a dear soul sister, Renata, Michelle Marie.
Oh, how neat.
Awesome.
Well, yeah. And you are also an intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you use that with this concept?
Very interesting. So I did not discover the gift of knowing. I had never heard of that, of claircognizance. I knew of clairvoyance. I knew of clairsentience. I knew of clairaudience. I never knew of claircognizance. It was really funny, because how it shows up for me is signs show up. So I literally kept seeing this word of Jackson over and over and over and over. And finally, I'm introduced by a friend to this book by Laura Lynn Jackson, which was called The Light Between Us. And it's, for those that don't know Laura Lynn Jackson, she's a very famous psychic medium who is like on point like no other. Like, she's really, truly gifted. And she actually talks about this gift of knowing and how it's her strongest gift. And I was like, oh, That's what I have. And once I started living from that place, and I started, because my life really fell apart. I mean, even though I got married, I literally was on the way to divorce 11 months later. And it's a crazy story, like really, really crazy story. So, you know, anybody wants to hear it, go check it out on my podcast. Yeah. But it was more the fact of like, and that was a one time, like when everything was falling apart, was the one time I went against my intuition. And now when I look at it, I was literally guiding myself at the age of 16 to go to where, because I grew up in northern New Jersey, like an hour outside of New York City. I now live in San Jose, California, but something was telling me to go to Delaware. I ended up going to school at University of Delaware. I'd never been to the state. Why would I go? But this like nagging little, like, you gotta go, but I don't hear it. It's a feeling. And so once I realized from this extremely gifted psychic medium that her gift of knowing was her strongest gift, I started acting and living from that place. And I started paying attention to the signs, the Myronies, so much that I discovered, I like to call them spiritual breadcrumbs. You can look at connecting the dots, but I like to call them spiritual breadcrumbs because sometimes it's the smallest crumb that will have the biggest impact in your life. And usually it's for us to connect to people because it's all about people, not things. And I do want to let everyone know, if you feel like you're stuck in your life, but you're still in action, it's probably because you haven't connected with who you're meant to connect with to keep continuing whatever journey, you know, your soul's going on.
And I love the little breadcrumb story because that is so concrete. I mean, that just makes, you know, it makes so much sense to me. And it's almost like what you're saying is authenticity is so important, you know, that we have to accept us who we are. And it's taken me a long time for that. I did go to your website. Do you coach people to help them through this?
I do. I have a program that's called through my Myrony mentoring. I like to say I'm a mentor. When people say, "What's your credentials?" I say life. There you go. Because I've lost both my parents. I went through a really traumatic divorce. I've gone through bankruptcy. I bought a business, lost a business. I lost the ability to have kids when I was 33 years old. I've had I've had fibromyalgia. I mean, you name it. So I really empathize when people are in those places. And I think a suicide, I mean, talk about suicide, depression, actually prescription drug addiction, you name it. Like I put myself out there because I know it's actually through those ugly parts that people are going to connect to. And so, so I have a program. My one-on-one is called Unlock Your Blocks. And so what has happened is I've received these channeled messages. And so that's probably what's going to happen when we do our little reading. I might get a guide to read one of these short little messages. And I intuitively know what message I'm supposed to share. And I'm able to share on a really deep soul level that I have found that I can do this transformation in 8 sessions or less of like really, truly. Like I like to say, I hold their hand until they're ready to hold the mirror up and realize, you know, your higher self may have been a masochist, but you chose it all.
Yeah. Wow. And don't you think that you go through these experiences so that you can help others?
It's the only way you can. Right. I will say I never want to go through it again. I don't know how I'm alive. It was the book Many Lives, Many Masters that literally saved my life, and it kept showing up. And the situation that happened, I actually tried to kill myself one time. So there, it was something happened where it was just really traumatic, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I remember drinking some wine. That probably wasn't the best thing because I was, like 2 bottles in. Right. But I was like, I can't do this anymore. Actually, I'll just say what it was. There was a woman who decided, like after a lot of things happened after my dad passed away, after I just bought this restaurant with who I believe was like what really good soulmate love. And I can't actually say anything bad about him, so I'm not going to. But she actually lied about having cancer and going through chemotherapy, left her husband to be with mine at her son's 1-year birthday party. And she had a hernia. And this connection between them happened. They had this whole contract, and I totally understand. You know, truthfully, I had to go back to being Myronic because my married name was not Myronic, so I accept that. Yeah. But I couldn't escape it. I was in this restaurant where I was pretending. So like it was the same time as the whole Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston triangle. That was my life.
Oh, okay.
And it was an emotional roller coaster. However, the gift was that I tapped into my father's energy, and that was my saving grace. However, like a year later, she became pregnant, and that's when I tried to kill myself. Oh. And that's when I drank probably two bottles of wine, took a sleeping pill, and took a bath. And I remember just putting my hands up. I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this anymore. And I wake up in a cold bath and I'm like, oh my God, Alysha, you know, like you gotta do this. You know, you can't add any more tragedy to your family. And it was, that gave me the fight to keep going. But then the Myrony, my divine Myrony, is my friend who took my wedding pictures. She gave me the book, Many Lives, Many Masters by Dr. Brian Weiss, literally the day before she moved, actually to Texas.
Oh, wow.
And that book saved my life. And so it became like almost like I'm now making it my life mission to share this way of looking at life to hopefully help people in their suffering. And I'm actually creating a program for people to share these, to learn how to understand these messages that they can use within their work, because these messages are so powerful and so profound. They just heal on a soul level. So if anybody wants to know where the messages came from, you want to go to Sense of Soul. My girls, Shanna and Mandy, are the hosts, and amazing. You guys will just love that spiritual podcast. They're like the no BS, like they just go all out. But that's where I was guided to share this story publicly. And it just came out on Monday, so I'm still waiting to see what the aftermath of it's going to be.
That's amazing. You're showing your authentic self. Do you mind answering some questions?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right. There is one. Debbie put down, I would love to know how to unlock my blocks. I think I'm scared.
Well, how you unlock your blocks is you literally understand that you have to let go of fear. And anybody who wants to do a 30-minute intuitive call with me, all you got to do is go to that'smyrony.com and just say that you heard us here, and I'd love to work with you for 30 minutes and show you how you can do that, because it's really truly it's a very vulnerable place you have to be. You have to be ready to literally be staring at yourself in your little spiritual mirror before you're going to be able to release it. But I will tell you, when you get to the other side, it's one of the most beautiful things. So while you're looking, let me see if I can find a message exactly for whoever just asked.
For Debbie?
Okay, Debbie.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's Debbie.
Okay. Hi, Debbie. So give me a second.
Okay.
So I love this message when we feel stuck, and I'm just going to share that if that's okay. And it's called the status quo. And these messages were channeled August 20th of 2016 was when it first came out. And I actually did not channel them. It came through another person, but I believe that was so, you can't question the validity. I just know what to do with the messages. Right. And the first message that ever came out was, one foot leads straight, the other is misguided. Both are necessary and will always be present. Make sure to follow the straight foot because it's the fastest path to your destiny. And I believe when we connect to our higher selves, that's our straight foot.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
And so I want to share for everyone listening when you're feeling stuck. So Debbie, you're feeling stuck. You're like, I'm feeling blocked here. This message is for you, because these messages are universal, but also personal. So whoever's hearing it right now, these are for you. So it's the status quo. Not regressing and not progressing is an extremely uncomfortable place to be. There is no progression if there's still a lesson to be learned. Pay attention to subtleties, the overlooked insights, and the ignored signs. Embrace what is right before your eyes. Lessons are processed at different rates, depending on their significance to us. A spiritual timeout is a reprieve to review and digest the presented lessons. You cannot assimilate that which you have not fully integrated. A forward path requires willingness to take a timeout and discover the subtle lessons being taught.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
See, Debbie, aren't you glad you mentioned this? I know she's on the road to recovery. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right. Well, I don't see. Do you have anything else, Cassie, that you want to ask Alysha before we move on?
Oh, and I do want to give a shout out for Cassie because she was just on my podcast and it comes out this Saturday. Yay!
Yay, Cassie, good for you. Hey, so is it any time? It just comes out on Saturday or what?
Yeah, it gets released. I actually I decided to go against most podcasts because I think my podcast is more of a weekend podcast. Just kind of sit back, grab a glass of wine, grab some spirit and, cheers to spirit, as you say. And yeah, it's just like super fun. And, so that's why I release it on Saturdays versus when everybody else does. So it comes out on Saturday.
That makes total sense. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take a drink for this wonderful.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Those beautiful messages.
It looks like I'm drinking white Zinfandel. I am not. I am drinking rosé or Kool-Aid. No, not drinking Kool-Aid. Really bad lighting going on here.
We're going to start seeing you with the sugar high with all the.
Yeah.
So what's like one my+irony that's happened to you just in the week?
Oh God, really?
Not to put you on the spot.
Okay, that's my+irony. Is that I'm telling you about this experience. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there because it's now already out there. I don't know how this happened, but for those that have read the Celestine Prophecies, Michelle, are you familiar with the Celestine Prophecies?
No, I'm not.
Oh my God, it's such a beautiful book. Cassie, have you read the Celestine Prophecies?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there's actually a movie that you don't necessarily need to read it. There's a movie about it but basically.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I do have that. Yes, but I watched it a long time ago.
Well,
yes,
the book is incredible. Okay. It's a book of fiction, but there's too much truth for it to be just fiction. Yeah. And what's really funny, it's literally my+irony. It's talking about synchronicities appearing. Oh, and that says I have the movie. It's a great movie, actually, but synchronicities appear and then you're trusting your intuition and then you're acting and then it leads you to your next step, right? So I was guided to share this story of, it'll be May 10th of 2015 was when this experience happened. I have no idea how this happened. I literally went to another dimension and I spent 24 hours with God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, what gets really interesting, it was around this, I was in this room, I was back in Baltimore visiting my brother when I started getting like downloads of information. And what's really crazy is I kind of have proof of this. It was almost like my future self told my present past self, take these pictures as proof. And also in 5 years, she's going to put this puzzle together. Mm-hmm. It's really crazy. I will be the first one to admit it is literally crazy. But it happened. I did not dream it. And then I meet these people that give me confirmation of all of that.
Oh, absolutely.
And so what happened was I literally, because the Celestine Prophecies is that you basically raise your vibration and you start seeing heaven on earth. And I will tell you what I saw, what I witnessed, it was like a near-death experience without having to die. So I'm on this podcast. Now, this is really funny because Shanna and Mandy, of sense of soul, they're best friends, like really super gifted in what they do. You guys have to have them. I got to get them on Metaphysical Happy Hour. They would love this. And you guys would love that. They're amazing. Oh, yeah. But Shanna actually had a thing with 222, and 222 was this room number that I walked through and God was there. And I will tell you, God was it was very modern, masculine. I know there's a feminine side, but God was like, why does everybody think I'm some old fuddy-duddy in the sky? Like, I'm the coolest thing ever. Like, I can create anything. Like, there really is magic. I mean, it was like this really beautiful, like, way of I don't know how to describe it. That's what we have to look forward to. Oh my God. It's amazing. Yeah. But what was so interesting is I'm telling this story, and I find out through their podcast, when I was about to launch my podcast, that 222 was important to Shanna. And Shanna her daughter just turned 22 on 222. She would see 22 all the time. If everybody sees, I do everything in 22. I actually say on August 21st, I challenged God, and on August 22nd, God showed up. And so 22 is very important to me. But then what was so funny is that I'm guided to share the story because they have a huge podcast. Like they just hit 100,000 downloads. So it's like a big, voice right there. And then there were 9 people ahead of me to be released. They happened to release on a Monday, and my episode came out on 222.
Wow. There you go. Another good story.
Yeah. So Cassie, I could tell you what happened today, but I think that one really, took the cake.
That's a good one.
Is definitely something that I keep seeing as well. It's just one of those, I get a lot of angel numbers, but 222 and 888 are the most common that show up.
Very good.
Yeah. And so whoever's listening, it's whatever resonates with you. When you hear a song and you're like, oh my God, it sounds like it's being played for me. It could be. Pay attention to it. If you, I see license plates. I get messages and license plates all the time. And what I like to say is that when you really get in tune with the Myronies, is they literally will shower down on you. And I feel like everybody's cheering yay, good job. You're on the right path. And, really kind of stick with it. But when you don't see it, don't get frustrated. There's just something else and it's mostly in most cases, it's because you haven't met the person you're meant to meet.
But you will.
And you will, as long as you have faith and you let go of the fear that you're not on the right path. Because as long as, one of the biggest things, and I'll say back to Debbie, is one of the biggest things, and this goes to everybody, is that when your little hamster wheel of your brain is going, what if, is tell it to go, shh, quiet, and then sit with your heart and your soul, and then listen to what that says, and then act from there. And that is when miracles in your life and in others will actually happen.
You are just, Alysha, you are such an inspiration.
Oh,
you can just tell that you are so excited about it, and you can just tell you're radiating from, this information. Are y'all ready to do readings?
Let's go. I need to do another little fill up.
Let's do it. Oh, you need to fill up. I thought you were going to take the bottle and start drinking that way.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, I just need to
have a glass.
Yeah, no, I just need to pour a little bit more. Even though I've done that many times.
So what's funny about that is there was one time when because I lived and I worked on cruise ships for 5 years, but we were out on open deck. And it was so windy. It's you pour, you pour your glass and it was flying out of your glass. That's how windy it was on the back. So we did at one point, we were just you know what? Done.
Yeah. That's when you're getting the bottle out and you're drinking and
So we did. But it was just on that one occasion when we're we can't, it keeps leaving the glass. Otherwise.
You cannot make that up.
No.
No, and I have to say, Cassie, you got so many Myronies to share on. Your episode is so awesome. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. It's so much fun because, how did you, especially how you got on the cruise ship? I'm just going to put that teaser out. She should never have gotten back on a cruise ship, and then she goes on a cruise ship for 6 months straight.
Yeah. Totally.
I want to hear that story. All right. So, Alysha, can you see the names of everybody on the side?
I can.
Okay. Why don't you choose somebody that you're being drawn to? You get to go first for the guest. And then what we'll do, and then after you read, then I'll read, and then Cassie read.
Okay. So I'm being drawn to Leslie Carr. I have no idea how to say
Oh,
that.
that's okay. Yeah.
Probably
Oh, good. Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes, good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
She's an
Yes.
artist. Isn't she an artist?
She is.
See?
She does these really amazing Zentangles, and they're just she teaches classes for them and all the things. It's like, it's so cool.
Oh, cool.
So
you go for it, Alysha.
Okay, so I actually, I never used tarot cards. I was actually given these. They're Amy Zerner and Monty Farber, which Michelle Marie would appreciate. So they are the Law of Attraction cards. Let's see, show a little bit better. There we go. So I'm just going to pick a card, but then I'm sure I'm going to get a channeled message to share instead. But we're just going to read the card and see what pretty little message it is, because they are beautiful cards. So, okay, here we go. Ooh, patience. So here's the card, patience. And on the back it says, I am patient, persistent, and disciplined in pursuing my goals. So, okay.
Love it. Love it. Okay.
Actually, I'm just going to read what I had on this. I don't even know how this appeared. But it's another channel message, but I'm going to read this because this is really beautiful for everybody. Life is about choices confronting us and demanding decisive action. What has already been learned and experienced does not necessarily endow the spirit with the necessary knowledge to overcome or circumvent the confronting obstacles. Sometimes bad choices are made, and sometimes these choices are made for good reasons. Assembling a puzzle without all the right pieces is confusing and frustrating to the point of giving up. But our spirits are resilient and prevalent, compelling continued effort, unraveling the secrets and mysteries surrounding our destiny.
Wow. I don't know if I want to go after that.
Well, I drew a card.
You go for it.
Okay, so the card that I drew for you is actually it says pure intention, and I do think just with since I know Leslie, I do know she's got a lot going on in her life right now, and I think it's just keeping in mind of just I feel like sometimes you can get weighted down with like, am I making the right choice? Am I making the wrong choice? Am I making a decision that is just sometimes we're just faced with situations that are just really hard. And I think if you just keep your intention that I'm making this decision and it's the best decision that I can make, and you just try to just keep it in that high vibration, and I think you're going to be okay. So what I'm going to read what the message is, and it's the Ferry of Manifestation will help you use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all.
Oh, that's beautiful too. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from these art cards. They're very artistic. And because whenever I think of her, I think of art and how creative she is. And, and I agree with you totally that she is going to get the weight off of her shoulders because she is very creative and she's going to find a creative solution. Because, she just radiates, wonderful, wonderful energy. Okay. Oh, I love this. I'm going to show you the picture first, and then I'll read, because I always like to pick up intuitively what the picture is trying to tell you. But there's this lady with a peacock, okay? And it's almost what I'm really getting from it is that she's contemplating, kind of reflecting back, with whatever has happened in the past. And this is going to be your future. You're going to turn into this beautiful peacock. Okay. And you're going to really show others things that you have not shown before. And because I think there's some things that you're hiding. And I think you may not be aware of it, but I think eventually you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and come out with this. Okay. And then your soul, everybody's going to be able to see who you truly are through your soul. All right. So, oh my gosh, so what a beautiful message. And I love how all three of us are coming from different angles. And so that's just awesome. So, hey, let's have a drink to that.
Here's the spirit.
All right, Leslie. So I hope that resonates, and keep your head up high.
For sure. So for those who are open for a reading, if you want to go ahead and comment, let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're open. That way, yeah.
And I just want to share with Leslie, because she said she jumped on late, that if she wants to do a 30-minute intuitive call, all she's got to do is go to that'smyrony.com, mention that she saw, connected through Metaphysical Happy Hour, and I'd love to be able to give her a little guidance from the messages.
Awesome. Oh my God.
I will make sure to send her that link as well.
You know what? Why don't you? Because do you mind? For some reason, I'm getting, intuitively, I'm thinking that Alysha needs to go ahead and pick all our guests. I don't know why. It just seems like it's intuitively whatever we
I just got connected to Melissa Raphael Jackson. That's who I see. So, but someone else go first, please.
Okay. All right. So since we're going into order, or from Cassie, you want to go first?
Oh, sure. All right. Let me grab a card. Actually, I think I'm going to grab a card from a little different deck. I just realized tonight that both decks I'm working with were both gifts.
I want to include, I just told you this story of Jackson, and so it's her last name of Jackson that I got pulled to, because that's how I discovered my gift of claircognizance, was through Laura Lynn Jackson. So when I saw her name, that's how I got pulled.
So you got pulled for her. Okay, yeah, awesome. Okay, are you ready, Cassie? Or
I am. Okay, so what I pulled for you is this card. It's Lapis Lazuli, and the message that comes with it is life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. So this card really is like, as I'm looking at it, it's like the sword in the stone, and it's like your time to, like, what I'm getting out of it is like, it's your time to shine. And so I do feel like if you haven't already, something big is about to happen, and you're going to be really able to both be seen, and it's your time. So definitely be ready to step into it.
Okay, Melissa, because while she was talking, I was feeling such the strong energy coming in. Okay. And what the message that I was really getting for you from this, it seems like right now you're going through a lot of tough times, and spiritually your spirituality is kind of, what am I trying to say? You don't have as much faith as you normally do. And it seems like, as you get ahead, you get behind, you get ahead, you get behind. And so this spirit that's coming through, and I think it's a male presence, and he's definitely saying to keep the faith and keep, get that spirituality going, and you're going to feel a lot better. And I kind of looked at my desk because he was wanting me to kind of look over here. And now this is what, I'm feeling, okay? And I just have this desk, but this kind of reminds me of faith, that he wanted me to show you this, okay? And say, maybe you need to, really remember. You may want to buy your own cross. I'm not for sure, but he's saying you just really need to keep that faith. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the torch because I feel like I've already given the message that has come through. Go ahead.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. So I got the card Opportunity, and it says, I'm always ready to take advantage of opportunities presented to me. So it was funny. I wasn't quite sure of which message I was being guided to, but Michelle, it was actually your message that then guided me back to what I was originally thinking. And so here you go. So this, Melissa, is for you, along with everybody else, because this message is just so beautiful. It says, unfortunate occurrences and quote-unquote bad luck scenarios are often required to facilitate higher learning and accelerate a progressive life cycle that is not evolving. Positive life-changing events can first manifest as personal disasters, but are actually the necessary precursor to understanding and obtaining the awaiting miracle.
Oh, wow. So see, girl, keep it going. Keep it going. Keep strong. And I did write that word down. So that's, strong is what, I was writing, I think it was because it was a strong spirit, but I think the word is keep strong. Awesome.
And again, you want another intuitive of the messages, because I'm just a messenger of the messages, but yes. I'm kind of a master of the messages too. So
I love that.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I could say that 5 times fast. All right, so go ahead and pick somebody else. Let's see.
I'm actually being guided for you guys. Michelle, I'm being guided. You go back to picking somebody.
Okay.
I hope that's okay. I'm throwing the torch back to you.
Okay, no. I do have somebody. I'm trying to get it. All of a sudden, it kind of started moving. So let's go ahead and do Kristen Baker.
Oh, that's actually who I saw.
Really? Oh, well, see, it was meant to be. So, Kristen,
Myrony. Yay! That's divine Myrony.
It is
powerful. And I have even gone to say I'm wearing a shirt that says mind, body, spirit. So I put that on today. You can't see it all, but
right. Yeah, we can't, but that's awesome. All right, do you want to go first?
Oh, I gotta show Cassie. Can you go first?
Okay.
Yeah, of course. All right. So let's go. So, okay, so the card that I drew is Tanzanite. And it said the message that comes with it is ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to the new. And just with that, I do feel like, there's some things that you've been through, but you have kind of reached that, like, you've done a lot of healing work, and it is time to open up again.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm feeling as well. You are actually in a good place, girl. Okay, you have come a long way. Your energy has, just come a long way. And I think you're beginning to trust yourself. And that is a perfect place to be, is trust yourself. Okay. So for some reason, it's so interesting. I was doing this exercise earlier about looking at objects that kind of help with with readings. So I'm going to go to my glasses, okay, instead of a card. And the reason is I think that, lately you really have been looking at your life with details and, focusing on the right things, which you should be. And I think you are, like I said, beginning to trust yourself. And because you're looking at the different aspects of your life and you're going, I kind of like how it is going. And so I think you're beginning to like that feeling. And so you're beginning to break the cycle of bringing yourself down way too much, like that you have in the past. So you finally have broken that cycle, and now you're moving forward. And you go, girl. That's perfect. All right, go ahead.
So I have empowerment, and it says, I recognize and appreciate all that inspires me to feel empowered. However, I was guided to read the message about frustration, which actually my friend Annette Parker, I just read this to her literally right before jumping on with you guys. So frustration is a powerful emotion dancing with the human psyche. It is both positive and negative. Frustration can push a spirit into hyperdrive, a willful stubbornness to overcome all obstacles and achieve the elusive goal. Frustration can also be defeating, robbing a spirit of inspiration, motivation, and satisfaction. Sometimes both sides of frustration are present simultaneously. The tenacity of the spirit to focus on the positive despite the negative is spiritual growth. Spirits become weary when inundated with frustration. Giving up is an option, but not a solution. When frustration incapacitates and immobilizes a weary spirit, another spirit must refill the weary soul with joy, enthusiasm, and hope, the strength and courage to continue on their path despite setbacks.
Oh, another beautiful message. Oh my gosh. So Kristen, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. All right. And look at you. Like, I love the picture. You look so happy there. and just to let you two know, whenever I've read for her before on a different show, and she really has her energy and has come a long way. So yay.
That is a beautiful picture of her and her.
Yes, it is. That's why I was going, oh, look at you. You're so happy. All right. So cheers to you, Kristen.
Cheers. I gotta refill again.
Hey, I like her. We need to have her more on.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Be happy to.
Everybody's going, yeah, let's do it. All right. So Cassie, you haven't chosen anyone.
Okay.
That's your turn.
I am being drawn to Melissa Benson.
That's who I was.
Well, Melissa, there we go. Okay, so
I love her little cocktail there. That's
yes. And so, I've got to tell you about Melissa. Well, no, I won't tell you about Melissa, but until after the reading. So yeah, Melissa, I'm going to tell them. Okay, but after. Okay.
Yes. Do you want to go first? Or do you want to go?
I gotta go. I need to hear a little bit before I'm guided. Like I don't get.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. I'll go ahead and read. I'm just trying to think where.
Let me go ahead and draw a card, and then we'll go.
Okay. And the reason is I really know Melissa personally, and I always have a hard time, and
it's someone you know.
Yes. But yes, you go first, and then I'll draw a card, and we'll go through there.
Okay, so the card that I drew is Jade. Oh, there it is. And so with that, it says wellness. The recovery to health and wellness is here. And so, and what I am drawn to is right in the middle of this, it's that symbol for medical, for like nurses, and it's used a lot with like the hospitals, and I know that symbol is used. And so I feel like, the wellness part is something that, it's been a long road. It's been a long road for you. And you are kind of in that place where you're starting to see the light a little bit. And maybe you don't quite trust that it's there. Because it's been such a long road. It's like, wait, is this real? Is it for real? And yes, so it's okay to start believing in and start trusting that.
And, it's interesting because what I was just getting, Melissa, and we've talked about this before, is I know you've kind of put it on the back burner of being an intuitive. And just like, Cassie couldn't have said it any better. I think what you need to do is embrace that. And I think that because of all the experiences that you've been through, and I know we've talked about that, you're going to be able to help people, but you have to trust yourself to be able to use that intuitive side of you. And because you definitely have it. So I'm going to pull a card from my spiritual deck. And it, oh my gosh, I love it when it goes together. Oh my gosh, owl. It says, follow your intuition.
And it's an owl. Is that what it says? Owl?
Yeah.
That's literally my spirit animal that I have these friends back in Baltimore, or I'm sorry, Maryland, that they call me Owl.
So, and Melissa said, I found a great doctor. So for her medical. So that's, yeah. So yeah, but intuitiveness too, Melissa. Okay.
Well, I got an incredible card that is believe with a beautiful butterfly. And it says, I believe that each check I write brings money back to me tenfold, because again, this was the law of attraction. But the message that I was guided to share, and it was before you, Michelle, you even did your like you it was with Cassie that I got guided here. But it says, knowing who we are and from whence we came is a question that plagues mankind. We want to know, but knowledge can be a two-edged sword, both rewarding and confounding. Understanding lies between the past and the present. It can be both a gift and a curse. It is dependent on the receiver's interpretation and acceptance. The unfolding path is shrouded in mystery. Knowledge unveils the naked truth, and intuition keeps us climbing the rocky road toward the precipice. Revelation is bestowed upon those ready to receive it, accept it, and embrace it. It isn't always what was anticipated, but it is the path nonetheless. Detours come from distractions and resistance. We are the ones who choose how fast progression occurs, and we are the reason for a circuitous path instead of a straight and true. Maneuvering through treacherous terrain and learning lessons is not an easy task. Accepting guidance, watching the signs, and recognizing pervading evil is paramount.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, just to give you back history, is Melissa and I graduated from high school together. So,
oh my God, you really know her.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, in a little bitty town. Yeah. So we graduated together, and we've connected off and on through the years. And you know, you just do, you know, from good old high school friends. So, so it's good to see her. And it's interesting because once I came out as an intuitive, she was one of the first people that really backed me up and supported me.
Oh,
so which is awesome, which is really good. Okay, so it's almost getting close to the hour. So why don't we do this? Can we do a universal reading for everybody? Like do one more for everybody.
It's funny how fast it goes.
Yeah, what?
I said it's funny how fast it goes. Like,
oh my God, so fast, right?
It goes.
Yeah.
For the hour. But yeah, so very exciting.
Oh. Okay, I got a card.
Perfect.
Okay, it popped out. So, all right. So this is for the collective group that are here. The energy of crystals supports you and helps you with present situation. Okay, so crystals are always good. And this is coming from angel therapy cards. Okay, so get your crystals out. And I know that Cassie and I talked about the rose crystals last show. So there you go.
Absolutely. So the card that I drew is abundance. The abundance card. Honestly, like I feel like at this point, like in time, it's like we've all been through so much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like it's getting there. It's like coming with March, coming with the new energy. We do have like new. I feel like Mercury retrograde is over. Like we're kind of starting to into like a little bit of where the energy is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit of that like breath of fresh air. And I do feel like the opportunities are opening up for people.
Good.
So, and the message that goes with this card is prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone.
Awesome.
Okay, so I got the funniest card ever.
Oh, maybe we all need some fun.
It's awareness.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome.
And I got a message to go with it, but that's really funny.
It is
I
really.
got a message before I picked the card, but it says, when I focus on positive energy, I am aware that I attract more of it. And so the channeled message to share is when to turn when the path becomes obscure. Faith must be permitted to lead the way, despite the jagged edges and pervading darkness. It will pass, and there is always a light at the end of the black tunnel. It is just so tiny at times that it is almost impossible to see in the dark.
Awesome. Well, Alysha, thank you so much for giving us your wonderful energy on this show. Coming on. So, do you want to say anything else, or before we end the show?
I mean, I just encourage anybody who's here that they, if they want to do a reading, again, I'm just a messenger of these messages. And and please listen if you want to hear the spiritual side of my story. Listen to Sense of Soul that literally came out on 2/22. And if you want to hear the shorter version, listen to, my first episode, Discover Myrony and Your Inner Superpower, because I want everyone to tap into their inner superpower. I call mine my spiritual spidey sense, but we can all deem our superpower. And actually, I'm going to be like, okay, Michelle, what would your superpower be? And Cassie, what would your superpower be? Because I think it's really cool when we can unite our superpowers, right?
Right. Right. Absolutely.
And
sure.
also Cassie's episode that comes out on Saturday. We want everyone to listen to her episode because it is amazing. And I'm so grateful to, first off, I'm so grateful, Cassie, for our connection, and Michelle, now our connection. Like,
Thank you.
I can't even express, I truly believe divine Myrony has brought us together. And what I like to say, it's the divine design that interweaves us together. And so feel very blessed for that.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is after we disappear off the screen, I'm going to put your information so that they can find your website, because your website is great. It's got a lot of information. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
All right. So let's raise our glasses and say, everybody have a blessed rest of the week. And thank you so much for coming and being a part of our show tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cheers.
My glass one looks funny compared to your wine glasses. I think I'd rather want wine instead of a Coke.
You should have spiked your Sonic. Why didn't you do that?
That's true. That's true. I should have. All right. So we're going to start disappearing. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.